Hi guys, this is David Scher, and this is the second part of doing equilibrium supply and demand for pre-calculus mathematics, Math 111 in our school. And last time we did the demand functions. Today we're going to do the supply function. So we're dealing with the corollas again, but this time I'm telling you about buying the corollas from suppliers. Now, it's a little bit different because while when we're selling, we're the only ones we're considering selling. When we're buying, we buy from several suppliers. We go to the cheapest supplier and buy them out. And so the cheapest supplier has 3 corollas for $10,000 each in this problem. But we don't only buy, if we might need more corollas than that. So we talk about buying at the 2 cheapest suppliers. To do that, we have to figure out what's called a mixture problem. So to get our 2 points, our 2 points are not going to be the cheaper and the more expensive, because that would imply we sometimes just go and pay extra. Instead, we try to pay as little as possible by buying for the second point from both suppliers. So the second cheapest has 7 corollas for $12,000 each. So what we set up here works like this. We have P, Q, and total. That's how you solve a mixture problem. How much do you spend in total from both suppliers? So the first supplier has $10,000 is the price. Once again, price is going to be the independent variable, so that we always have to have the same independent and dependent variable, or we can't find where the 2 functions meet. They got to be compatible. The quantity is 3, and so 3 times 10,000 is we'd be spending 30,000 for the 3 corollas. Then the next supplier, I don't put down this number because we're not going to use his price quantity, right? That would imply buying expensive. We're not going to go expensive. We're going to keep on trying to buy the cheapest possible. So, but if we buy 7 from this supplier, we do 7 times 12,000 is 84,000. So we buy from the 2 cheapest. That's our second point. The quantity would be 10. 3 plus 7. The total we spend would be 30,000 plus 84,000 is 114,000. And the price per corolla that we spend when we buy from the 2 cheapest would be $114,000 over 10, or $11,400 each. So our 2 points is going to be 10,000 for 3, but if we spend 11,400 each, we'll get 10. And you guys have seen this before, with linear math. Now, we're going to use the same math we did for the demand function now, using 10,003, 11,410. So 10 is going to be CB to the 11,400. And 3 is going to be CB to the 10,000. Which is going to leave us with, we divide those 2 equations so the C's cancel. And that's going to give us 10 over 3 is going to be B to the 1,400. What we're going to do is take both sides to the 1 over 1,400. And the result is going to be worked out here. 10 over 3 to the power. Now it's very important, I want to emphasize, to use parentheses correctly here. 110 over 3 in parentheses, and very important to parenthesize the power, otherwise PEMDAS will get you. it will simply not work right? And you'll get a number, okay? We get the number 1.00086. Now, what you can see is supply functions are naturally increasing. So it's going to be a number bigger than 1. If you get a number smaller than 1 for the base of the supply function, that means something's gone wrong. Similarly, demand functions are naturally decreasing. They have to be. Because if you make more by charging more, you just keep charging more and making more indefinitely. So you see a number smaller than 1 for the base of the supply function. If you get something bigger than 1, something has gone wrong. Okay? But usually it's near 1 once again. If you get something dramatically different, things can get screwy. Alright? So, now I'm going to use the bottom of this guy. 3 equals c times b to the 10,000. So here we have this equation, and I divide, but now I know what b is, so I divide both sides by b. That's 1.00086 something to the 10,000. And there we see that division, and that gives me 0.00055243 equals c. Once again, okay, I'm using lots of zeros just to make this guy behave and give me enough digits of precision. Okay, at this point, now I know the supply function. Now, as an easy check, I plug the higher number. Okay, I used 10,000 over here, right? There's the price. Now I'm going to plug in 11,400, and you see, I get 10. So the thing checks. And that is how you calculate an exponential supply function.